Hello everybody, and welcome to my review on the departing now Donald and Douglas. These models took a lot of time to track down, but thankfully to the help of a very nice person on Twitter, I was able to find Donald, and then I had found Douglas in a lot I had won on a Japanese bidding site. Without further ado, let's jump straight into the review. Now for a little background on departing now twin engines. The only twin engines they made were Bill and Ben and Donald and Douglas. In this case, Donald and Douglas, the only differences are the tender and the nameplate. You can interchange the tender and you can interchange the nameplate, and that's very handy because one of them has a motor and one of them is push-along. In this case, Douglas is push-along, but if I wanted to, I could interchange the tender and the battery compartment, and then voila, Donald's push-along. Now, in my opinion, I believe that this model is very accurate to what is seen on screen. More specifically, Season 5 with the glossy engine paint jobs, even though this came out in 1992 before Season 5 was even a thought yet. Now, this model is very detailed. There's very nice chrome-painted whistles in the back, a very nice Caledonian funnel, a very, really delightful railing that goes above the face in silver that eventually fizzles out into a sticker going across the boiler for ease of access to the battery compartment, I assume. And while the sticker can get scratched up, it can be fixed very easily with silver Sharpie. There's also two gray portholes in the very back on the cab, which could have been better, but it still looks fairly nice for the model. As you can see, this is my free roam push-along model, and I have it set to Douglas. To remove the battery compartment, you simply pull up on the small tab and gently maneuver it around until it comes off. As you can see, there's no battery nor any mechanics in here, and that is because this is the free roam Douglas. To put it back on, you simply snap it back into shape, and there it is. The side rods do have the potential to move straight like they did in the show, but if one wheel gets offset, they can do a sort of leaping motion. This, however, can be fixed very easily by lifting the engine up and letting the wheels level. Now, the model is very proportionate to what is seen on the show and has a very nice nameplate that can be scratched off and ripped very easily. It also has this back sticker which adds to the overall detail of the model. Now, as you can see, the 10 is very crisply printed on the model, as well as the little railing bits on the cab and all the lining. On the top of the tender, there's a very nice coal mold and water tank mold. There is also these very nice little bogies at the bottom. Now, as you may know, Departing Now came with multiple little figurines that you could put around your models. However, some were made for Thomas and some were made for other specific engines. As you can see by the little plate underneath each figure, ones that are bigger and made for Thomas don't fit into the crew, but then ones made for like this small child that are small can fit perfectly into the cab. I think this is sort of a flaw, as it would be a lot more effective to have all of them fit into the same cab. It can also fit into the tender, which I think is very nice. But then again, if I try to put Thomas's crew member in, it just falls out. Now, on the top of any powered Departing Now engine, they'd have the sticker saying which way to go to start the engine and which way to go to stop. And when I say which way to go, I mean with this magnetic wand that you'd wave over the top. If you moved it this way, then the engine would go forward, and if you moved it back like that, the engine would stop. Thank you for watching this review on Departing Now Donald and Douglas. It was incredibly fun to make, and I hope you learned something from it. These are beautiful toys, and I definitely recommend picking them up if you see them. I'm Alex, and I hope you have a very nice day.